I'd like to call the December 17th City of Gardner Planning Commission meeting to order. Would everyone rise with me and say the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll go ahead and start with roll call. On my right,
Barber here.
Gilmore here.
Kimsey here.
Mater here.
Lavella here.
Weatherford here.
Limer here.
We have a quorum present. I'd like to take a quick minute just to introduce our fill-in for Ryan this evening, Greg Goheen. Thank you for joining us
Thank
tonight.
you. Nice to meet you.
We'll go ahead and get started with the consent agenda. All matters listed within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Planning Commission for study. These items are considered to be routine and will be enacted upon by one motion with no separate discussion. If separate discussion is desired on an item from either the Planning Commission or the floor, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. Are there any items any members of the Commission would like to have removed from the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes as written for the meeting on November 19th, 2013.
I'll second.
We have a motion to approve the minutes from November 19th made by Lavella, a second by Kimsey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with all in favor. Moving on down the list, we have a old business item, being Gardner Auto Body and Storage. We have 1A as well as 1B. I'll go ahead and read both of them, and then we'll allow staff a chance to present. Item 1A, Gardner Auto Body and Storage. Conduct a public hearing to consider rezoning approximately 5.6 acres located at 1076, 1084, 1092, and 1098 East Santa Fe Street from C3 to MP1, and consider the associated preliminary development plan submitted by Michael Mitchell of Ellen Brand Drews and Associates on behalf of Lance Christ, property owner of record. Part B is also Gardner Auto Body and Storage 2. Consider a preliminary plat for Gardner Auto Body and Storage 2, an approximately 4.71 acre industrial development located at 298 East Santa Fe Street, again submitted by Michael Mitchell of Ellen Brand Drews and Associates on behalf of Lance Christ, property owner of record. We have a staff presentation.
Good evening, Commissioners. Michelle Leiniger, Planning Staff. I'm going to present these items all together just for ease of understanding for the Commissioners, and then we'll need to, you can discuss them together and conduct the public hearing and such, and then you'll need to vote on the item A and item B individually. This is just a vicinity map of the subject property location. As you can see, it's just south of the railroad tracks, and what is known as industrial bypass or 156 highway. It actually fronts on East 175th Street, which is Santa Fe Street in town. Here's a summary of the surrounding zoning. The subject property is Zone C3, which is a commercial zoning district. Property to the west and to the south are also Zone C3. Property to the direct east is Zone M1, which is a industrial district. And then you'll see kitty corner to the southeast, MP, which is a mobile home park district. The majority of the surrounding area is developed with industrial, commercial type uses. Directly adjacent to the southeast of the subject property, there are some single-family homes. Excuse me. And then in the area that's zoned for a mobile home park, there are existing mobile homes in that area. Some key points for this proposal: conformance with the future land use map and the community development plan. It identifies this area as industrial. The proposal would have minimal effect to the nearby properties. It currently has the mini warehouse and the tow lot and the auto repair business on site. This proposal would just expand it. Property is suitable for commercial and industrial uses. Directly adjacent to a highway and a railroad tracks, isn't really usable for residential type uses, so it's appropriate for retail, commercial or industrial type uses. The public would gain little if the application is denied. Most of the uses currently exist on the property. The property owner has currently has a conditional use permit for the property, and they would be able to continue the use as outlined in the conditional use permit. The associated development plan allows for mitigation of potential impacts to the nearby properties for those residential type uses. They are residential uses, though they're zoned commercial uses. We still need to take some of that into consideration with some of the buffering and landscaping on the development plan. Just some summary of the preliminary development plan. Existing uses: there's a tow lot there, auto repair facility, outdoor storage, which is currently unpermitted. That's part of the reason the applicant is going through this process, not only to expand the mini warehouse use on the property, but to come into compliance with outdoor storage that's on the property. Like I said, the proposed uses are pretty much the same. This is a close-up of an aerial of the property. This is the current location of the teal colors, current location of the approved tow lot, and then the green areas are the areas where we have non-compliant outdoor storage occurring. Here is the plat for the property, which is very similar to what you see on the development plan. Just wanted to point out a couple things. The stormwater detention and the stormwater drainage areas, and the new mini warehouse structures. And then this is something I went through in the staff report. Just wanted to make sure that it's relatively clear on what is going on. This is a close-up of what would be the southern portion of the property, which is directly behind the existing homes are. So if you look, what would be to the bottom right of this picture is where the entrance is off of Santa Fe and where the auto repair business is. This is where the current tow lot location is, that is proposed to potentially change in this, though through this process we've identified it to continue that. based on this plan, this is the areas that were identified for outdoor storage and tow locations. We did discuss with the applicant late in the process about these locations. It doesn't really seem feasible to use these areas, being that they're so close to current buildings and proposed buildings, to be